Visual: opening shot of a cheese tasting table, featuring various types of cheese laid out in a sophisticated setting. Welcome to our channel, where we explore the richness and complexity of cheeses from around the world. Today, we're diving into one of the most controversial and unique cheeses ever created, Casu Marzu from Sardinia. This cheese has a fascinating history and a production process that makes it truly unparalleled. Let's explore why it's considered both a delicacy and a taboo. Visual: footage of the Sardinian landscape, scenes of sheep grazing, and ancient Sardinian shepherds. Narration: Casu Marzu, which means rotten cheese in Sardinian, has its roots in the centuries-old traditions of Sardinia, an Italian island, where shepherding has always played a central role in local culture. For centuries, shepherds developed methods to preserve and transform sheep's milk into cheeses that could sustain their communities. But Casu Marzu goes beyond a simple preservation technique. It is the result of a symbiosis between man and nature, where time and decomposition play essential roles. Visual: detailed close-ups of Pecorino Sardo cheese, the insertion of larvae, and the fermentation process. Narration: the production of Casu Marzu begins with Pecorino Sardo, a sheep's milk cheese with an already pronounced flavor. But what happens next is what truly sets it apart. The cheese is left outdoors to attract Tapiophila flies, whose larvae will colonize the interior of the cheese. These larvae break down the cheese's fats, accelerating the fermentation, and creating a texture that is almost liquid, deeply intense, and spicy. This controlled decomposition process is what gives Casu Marzu its unique, and for many, frightening flavor. Visual: detailed tasting of the cheese, showing the texture when cut, and the facial expressions of tasters. Narration: Casu Marzu is a cheese that defies sensory expectations. When you cut into it, you immediately notice its soft texture, almost like a thick cream. The aroma is potent, with pungent notes that resemble the smell of ammonia, a sign of intense fermentation. Upon tasting, the flavor is deep and complex, with a spiciness that lingers on the palate. For connoisseurs, it's an unparalleled explosion of flavor. For others, it can be overwhelming. It's a cheese that demands respect and an open mind. Visual: footage of local Sardinian festivals, tables filled with cheeses, and people enjoying Casu Marzu. Narration: more than just a food, Casu Marzu is a cultural symbol in Sardinia. It represents the resilience of a tradition in the face of modernity and regulations. Despite being technically illegal under European Union food safety laws, Casu Marzu continues to be produced and enjoyed by those who see it as a link to the past and an expression of identity. However, its production and consumption are not without controversy, with concerns about food safety and the risks involved.